Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who don't know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today we are talking about the more affordable palettes in my collection slash the drugstore palettes in my collection. Anything that kind of falls within the $25 or under range are what we're going to be talking about here. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of get into this, and I am really excited. I know if you guys have been watching my videos, I've had the same makeup and the same hair and the same zit on my face for the last 3 videos. So this will definitely be the last one that you see where I'm like this, just so you know, but I am just trying to film a few videos while I have time. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So the first palette I have here is my Karity Mattes palette. This is absolutely a love of my life. I love this palette. The colors that kind of speak to me are more on this side. I do use these occasionally, but I love the blues and the purples and the greens. And this black is actually very, very good. So I really do enjoy this palette. It is a favorite of mine. It is a staple in my collection. I love it, and I believe it is $21.99. I will have all of these palettes linked down below, as well as with their prices. That way you guys can kind of see. The next one is the Glam Metals by Crown. This is a palette that not a lot of people like, and I don't really like the mirror, but I do like these metallic shadows, because I like to pop them on like looks, especially if I'm going more neutral, or I just want like that kind of metallic-y sheen on my eye. I will reach for this, and I really do enjoy it, and I enjoy mixing it with a bunch of different palettes. So the next one, I have a lot of BH Cosmetics palettes, and a lot of them I absolutely do love. So we're going to kind of go through, and we're going to show some of those too. So the first one here is the Supernova palette from BH Cosmetics. I have used this a couple of times. I need to use it more. I like that it's more cool tone, a little more muted. It's just super pretty, and I like to use these all over my lid, in my inner corner, and sometimes I will just rock it and put it in my crease because life's too short not to try it a few times. So I really do enjoy this palette. I love this Pegasus shade right here. It is like the perfect inner corner. These are baked eyeshadows. So you do kind of, if you wet your brush, they work really, really well. If you just try and go in without a wet brush, you're not going to get the full effect of the shadow. Same with the Solar Flare. This one is a much warmer tone palette, and it's much more in the golds and burgundies type of range. If you wanted a gold shadow in basically every shade of gold you can get, this is the palette for you. I really enjoy this. I like to reach for it when I do put gold all over my lid, things like that. I just love the packaging. It is super pretty. And BH Cosmetics actually has one of my favorite formulas for eyeshadows. These baked eyeshadows I really do like. Again, you have to kind of wet your brush and stuff to get them to really have the full effect, but to me it's worth it. The next one I have here is their Blushed Neutrals palette. It is just kind of a plain palette, but I really like this one. It is very nice if I just want to do a more subtle look. It has blushes in here that I really like, but it has kind of more neutral tones, and I got this when I first started doing makeup, and I can't let it go because it is something that I do reach for if I do have to have a more professional makeup look, as well as I really enjoy these blushes. The only one I'm not super fan of is this one because it is a very metallic and shimmery blush, but the other ones I really do enjoy. I will actually pop this on my eye instead, but I like how versatile this is for a neutral look, even though I don't do very many neutral looks lately, but it is a staple, and this pink is like one of my favorites. I also like that it goes from like browns to like pinks to like peaches. That's kind of like a range that I like a lot. Then we have the Smokey Eyes palette, the 28 eyeshadow palette. I really like this one. Not everyone does, and I get it. Some of the colors are kind of and then some of them work really well. I can never open these packages. So that is what this one looks like. I do like that it has the kind of frosted top. I wish these came with mirrors because that would be oh so helpful. But I really do like this palette. It has a lot of cooler tones in it as well as a couple of warmer tones, but it's just one of those that if I want a blue, I can get that easily. If I want to play with grays, I can get that. But I also have the pinks and the purples. And if you guys know me, I love purple. So look at how many purples are in this. So it is a favorite of mine. I have a couple of tutorials using it. I think I have a review of it up too. I'm not quite sure, but I do really enjoy this. Next up is another one of the baked eyeshadow palettes. Can you guys tell that I totally got on the space theme like vibe with this? This is the BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette. This is the very first BH Cosmetics palette I ever purchased. And there it is. You guys can see that I've used this because some of like the mounds and stuff are like gone. But I love this palette. It has some unique shades that I love to pop in the inner corner. I love to put all over my lid. I just love to play with it. I really like this Aphrodite and Prometheus shades right here. And then I also like Jupiter and Venus. So those are ones I reach for a lot. Comet I've reached for quite a bit because it has quite the divot in it. But this... seriously, love these palettes. And they're just so pretty to look at. Ah, I love it. Next up we have, this is like highly reflective and like disgusting because it has my fingerprints all over it. But it's the Makeup Revolution palette. This is the Flawless 3 Resurrection 32-piece eyeshadow palette. Ah! It has this, and I've kept it because it has the names on it. That actually is like a big irritation for me, but this is what it looks like. It's a neutral palette, as you guys can see. I keep it, I got rid of a different one and kept this one because I like the shades in it a lot more, and the other one was like identical, but I like this a lot, and I like how kind of compact it all is and how many shades it actually has in it, so I kept it. It is a neutral palette. I know I'm not a neutral girl, but sometimes I do actually have to wear neutral eye makeup, especially if I'm working with a new family or going to a meeting of some kind. Like, I do have to have kind of that professional boundary, even though here on my channel I don't like to rock that look all the time. But there is a time and a place for neutrals. You gotta do what you gotta do. Next up is a favorite palette of mine. It is the My Little Pony Colourpop palette. Now, I actually purchased this from Colourpop. I did not get this in my BoxyCharm. I just kind of wanted to say that. But I absolutely love this palette. I just love it. This is one of my favorite shades, and I also like this purple a lot. But I like the uniqueness of the looks you can kind of create with this because to some people, I get that this looks kind of like a hodgepodge of color, but I really absolutely enjoy playing with these and just kind of doing different looks. I got rid of my Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony palette to keep this one because I love this one. Love it. Highly recommend that one. Next up is the Saharan by Juvia. I think, yeah. And this was actually given to me by my friend here on YouTube, Amanda, and I love it. I really like this a lot. It's a lot of warm tones. I found that I fall more into somebody who loves warm tones. Like if I'm going to do a look, it's going to be a warm tone look. And that's kind of been hard for me to kind of grasp because I do have a lot of cool tone also, and I kind of need to reach for them more. Speaking of what I need to reach for, this is another one from BH Cosmetics. It's the Cool Stone palette, and I don't know why people aren't talking about this more. I absolutely love this palette. I just wish it had names. It has a decent mirror in it. It has very cool tone shades. It is a lot of fun to play with. These two are duochromes, and then you have your more muted kind of other shades, but these purples are my life, and that pink is my life. So I love this palette. I also like that it looks like it's made of marble, but it's made of plastic. Next up, we have the City Color Hypnotic palette. Now, I can't find this anywhere online other than eBay, so I think it's like disappeared, but I'm going to show it to you guys. I really like this palette. I got it off of Shop Hush when I did my first Shop Hush order. I don't believe it dupes anything. If I'm wrong, let me know down below. That it should have been in the other video about my dupes. But I like to use these and just kind of pop them all over my lid. I am somebody who suddenly has 3 or 4 just palettes of shimmers. I don't know how that happened. I'm not a big like shimmer fan, but oh, I think I have more than that. I have a lot of shimmery eyeshadows, and I guess I just kind of like how they shimmer, and it just attracts me, and I'm just like, I want it. And then finally we have my Colourpop Element of Surprise palette. I am going to do a review on this palette soon. I'm working on filming some looks with it. But I do really like the pink. I love that pink. I like that there's a pink because it's fun to kind of play with it. It's fun to kind of do neutral and bam, pop of pink. I don't know, it's just fun. I was actually really happy to get this in my BoxyCharm because I didn't really want any of the other palettes, because I would have just ended up putting them in the giveaway. This was the only one I wanted. I also like how pretty the packaging is. I can't lie. So that is all of my affordable / drugstore priced eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection. Do you guys have any of these palettes? Do you enjoy any of these palettes? Do you have other palettes in your collection that you think I should try? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It does mean the world to me. As a reminder, I am going to be doing a giveaway once I reach 800 subscribers. And I'm super excited about that. Thank you again, and bye!